Hey you guys, it's Min and I'm here today with someone that I've been a fan of for a really long time. I'm here with Meiko.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great, how are you?
Good. How was the ride into Minnesota?
It was beautiful.
Yeah, and you spent a few days here too, didn't you?
Yeah, it's my first time spending some time around here.
What did you do?
I slept a lot.
Good.
Yeah, ate a lot of good food and just just enjoyed the nice weather.
Did you go to the mall too?
No.
Okay.
I didn't. Marie did.
Yeah, she told me about it.
Yeah, so she had a good time.
Yeah, good. Yeah, and then luckily, like the weather has been like abnormally good.
It's gorgeous. Yeah, it's really pretty here. I think I want to move here, but I know what the winters are like.
Oh,
so then,
yeah, that's true.
So I would move here, and then maybe I'd leave for the winter or something.
Right.
I can't handle the cold. It makes me sad.
I know. All right. Well, before we get into your music, because there's a lot of musical stuff happening these days too, let's talk about this tour first. It's called the Hapa tour. Am I saying that right?
Hapa.
Hapa. Can you tell us more about that word and like why you chose it to be the name of the tour?
Yes. Well, I'm from a really small town where I was the only person in my town that had any Asian in them. I'm a quarter Japanese, and I was always very proud and, saying like, yeah, I'm different. And when I moved to LA, I realized there's lots of part Asian people in LA, and it was really cool to find out, and I felt like we were part of some sort of club, and I met a lot of singer-songwriters, Hapa singer-songwriters, and we always talked about doing a Hapa tour together.
Yeah.
And so we just pulled this thing together, and this is our kind of test run. And
so this is an idea you had like way back when you were first like in LA, or like or more recently?
A long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you know a lot of other great like Hapa or Asian American singer-songwriters that I also love, like Priscilla Ann, Rachel Yamagata.
Yeah.
So it was like you and them talking about it?
Yeah, Kina Grannis.
Yes.
There's so many great ones. Yeah.
That's so cool.
And of course Marie Digby. So
Yes.
yeah, this is our first kind of this is our first try at it, and people are really responding to it, and it's cool to talk about it on stage. And some people are like, what is a Hapa? But it's fun to explain it, and I mean, a lot of people are mixed race. This tour is kind of for the people that check the other box when they go to vote.
Right, that's so cool. Well, like you said, like you're really proud of it a little bit ago. Like growing up Hapa or mixed, was it like a pleasant experience? Because I only know my experience as like full like Korean American. So growing up mixed, like was it mostly a pleasant thing for you, or were there times where just like you didn't know like what this was, or?
Yeah, I'd say overall it was pleasant. I mean, it was a little confusing sometimes to identify with certain races, but yeah, I grew up feeling very proud to be part Japanese, and I knew that it set me apart from everybody else, and I used that as a positive experience instead of a negative one.
Right, I did too.
Yeah.
Well, for someone maybe that is like in their like growing up and they're like you and they're struggling with identity, is there a piece of advice that you could give to them to help them find comfort?
Different is good, and I think that once you get older and you realize that your differences set you apart from the norm, it's really nice for other people, and you should feel proud to be, extraordinary.
Yeah, I agree. It does get easier when you get a little bit older and like things sort of make more sense.
Totally.
Yeah. So this tour, it could be like a series. Like if this goes well, you can maybe bring on some other people and it could become a thing.
Yeah, it's been cool. We've found some really amazing local Hapa artists to open up the shows, and it's cool. It could be a thing. I think people are really loving it.
Yeah. That's really cool. All right, so, well, on top of being an artist, let's move to your music. On top of being an artist, I've got to know more and more now as a person too. Lots of crazy things have been happening. Like you've been doing this and that, and we recently learned the title of your new album. Correct? What was it called?
Moving Day.
Moving Day.
Yeah.
Could you tell us more about that name and why you chose it?
Well, I was living in LA for a very long time, and I just recently moved to Nashville. and I recently got married, and just lots of new, exciting life things happening. And yeah, just so excited to make a new record. And going through the songs, I'm like, what's the common thread with all these songs? And it's like moving, whether it's moving relationships, moving houses, just moving on emotionally. It's definitely, I'm changing to a new phase in my life. And so that's what it's about.
Good change though.
Yeah, great change.
Yeah, well that's another thing I wanted to ask you about too, like, because I've been listening to you since probably you're like self-titled. So if you looking back as a singer-songwriter, when you think about that time and who you are now and like how you write, what's like a big difference to how you approach music, what your music sounds like?
I think my songwriting is pretty similar to how I started off. You know, I keep it very personal, and it's hard for me to write about other people's experiences. I usually bring it in and end up writing about how I feel about other people's experiences. And yeah, I think that stayed pretty much the same. I guess just experience has taught me a lot. I'm looking at life in more of a mature way. It's less about boys with girlfriends and just a different take on things, but it's great. It feels good. A lot of people get bummed out that they're getting older, but I am actually really enjoying it because I would never want to go back where I was mentally. Like, I feel very strong, right, and more confident than I have ever felt. So it's a good thing.
Yeah, I totally agree, because last year was probably the first year where I felt like after I played basketball, like, oh, my body's getting old.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like mind, spirit, and body, it's like the first time where it's like all in harmony, like
totally.
Everything's at its peak.
Yeah, and if you don't love yourself now, like, when are you ever gonna love yourself?
Yes.
We're only getting more old and wrinkly, so there's no turning back.
Don't say that. Well, another thing that changed is like, you're going completely independent with this record. Mm-hmm. Does that feel awesome, or does it feel scary?
It feels awesome.
Yeah, really?
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been with a record label for the past 8 years, 7 years, and this is the first release without a label since 2007.
Yeah.
And I feel free, and I feel strong, and I'm making the record that I want to make. Yes. And I don't have an A&R guy looking over my shoulder saying, like, you should do this, you should do that. And it is a very, very good feeling.
Yeah, and you've been at it for a while now too, so you probably have experience and confidence.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been good. I've had a while to think about the songs that I want to record, and I have met an amazing producer in Nashville, Joshua Grange, and it's just cool.
Yeah.
It's a new, very cool thing.
Yeah, and I wanted to like reflect you too, because like my favorite things about my favorite singer-songwriters is I like that I grew up listening to. It was their albums are snapshots of their lives, and so I love that about you too. So to have this one like fully represent who you are, like that makes me even happier as a fan.
Yeah, the whole artist fan connection thing is really important for me, and if I can't be honest about what's going on with myself, I feel like there's a huge disconnect. And when people, just like when I listen to music, I like to connect, and I like to associate my issues with whatever's happening in the song, and it's cool. I like that I can put out a record that people can relate to.
Yeah.
And when I can't relate to this music that I'm putting out, how can I expect other people?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when it does come out, what can people expect?
Coolness. It's really lots of guitar stuff, electric, kind of moody,
Really?
shoegazery guitar stuff, lots of vocals, which harmonies, and it's just very intimate. It's a very intimate record.
Cool.
Confessional.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited too.
Well, I always end my interviews with a speed round, so don't think too much about it. Whatever comes to your head first, okay? First question, your favorite artist that you're listening to these days?
Favorite artist, Sade.
Nice. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
To see people naked.
Really?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. Wait. No, and to be invisible.
Oh, yeah, I like that one too.
And see people naked.
Double it up. What is your favorite movie?
The Jerk.
The Jerk.
Yeah.
I don't know if I know that one.
What?
Yeah, I don't
Get
know.
on it.
All
That's
right.
your homework for tonight.
I will. Hot dogs or hamburgers?
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs?
No, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Hamburgers.
Okay, that's the correct answer.
Yeah, cheeseburgers. I don't
Cheeseburgers.
mess around with just hamburgers.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
That's the correct answer. Final question: balls or more balls?
More balls.
Yeah, that's the correct answer. Well, thank you
Awesome,
again.
thank
It's so
you.
good to see you.
Nice to see you.
I know, 'cause I got you and you got me, babe. And when that morning comes, I'll make coffee and you'll read the paper. We'll talk about